What's up? I'm Steve Greene. You're watching Tough Talk. Today we're talking about the defense of PewdiePie. I'm never going to do that again. I'm sorry. Let's talk about what PewdiePie did. Okay, so he released a video, I guess like a month ago, where he had people on a website called Fiverr do whatever he asked for $5. So he had them hold up a sign that says, "Death to all Jews," right? Okay. Does that mean that he wanted to convey the message, "Death to all Jews"? No. Is there a point to his joke? Yes. He was using what they wrote on the sign as a way to make fun of how people on Fiverr will do anything for money. Is that not true? I mean, it is true. And you could sit here and be like, well, he's so rich. Why does he got to make poor people do his bidding? Poor people have free will. They didn't have to do this. Obviously, they didn't understand the language that he was conveying to them, but he was trolling them, okay? It's allowed. I'm sorry, you don't have to think it's tasteful, but it is a joke. I guess after he did this, Disney, Maker Studios dropped him. They decided that he was too offensive to associate with. Did PewdiePie tell an anti-Semitic joke? Well, I don't know. Is it an anti-Semitic joke to pay a website to hold up a scroll that says "Death to all Jews"? If that was just the joke right there, then I would say yes, that's an anti-Semitic joke. But that's not the joke. The joke is that this website will take your money and the people on the website will literally do anything that you write for them to do. I think an anti-Semitic joke would be a little more something like this. Okay, this is a classic from the Walt Disney Company, and this is called The Three Little Pigs. It's classic cartoon. So the joke here is that the big bad wolf wants to eat the pigs, but they don't trust him to open the door. So the big bad wolf is like, well, I'll dress like a stereotypical Jewish person, and then I'll speak in a Yiddish tone, and maybe they'll let me in.
I'm the fuller brush man. I'm giving a free sample.
And that, of course, is from the Walt Disney Company. Do you see my point? That's an anti-Semitic joke, okay? Anti-Semitic jokes have the anti-Semitism as the butt of the joke. The butt of the joke in the PewdiePie thing was not the joke. I'm sorry. The butt of the joke was Fiverr. That's why they kicked these two very sad-looking guys off of the service. You don't have to think a joke was funny for it to be a joke. That's why the Walt Disney cartoon thing, is that a joke? Sure, in like a college, welcome to our Halloween party, I'm glad you brought your own beer, dress as the 9/11 towers kind of way, right? Like that's the most offensive thing you could dress up as. When it comes to jokes, was the intent behind the extreme language to prove a point? Or was the intent behind the extreme language to actually disparage Jewish people? I think here, the intent behind the extreme language was to prove a point. Well, then it's a fucking joke. My God. It's no different than people making jokes about killing themselves. Crazy imagery, right? Like visceral words. Is it actually about killing yourself? No. Well, then it's a fucking joke. A couple years ago, I was in Mexico, and there was a guy who had bracelets. Okay, and they all had the most offensive things on them. Like, I ended up buying a bracelet that said "man cunt" because it was so funny. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. It's like this smiley guy who's selling bracelets that say "man cunt" and all kinds of shit. Well, these bracelets had some crazy shit on it. I'm talking like, think of the most offensive thing you've ever heard your uncle say. Okay, now multiply it by the most offensive thing you've ever heard your grandpa say. I'm talking, it was like even more offensive than whatever that is. We were getting off a cruise ship, and he had these bracelets for sale, and so I was like, wow, will this guy just write anything? And I told him something to say that I will not repeat because I'll get destroyed over it. And what's the point? Point being, what I told this man to write. Say it was 9/11 was kind of funny, okay? I didn't tell him to write that, but let's say it was. Is the point of me telling him to make a bracelet that says 9/11 was kind of funny that I actually think 9/11 was kind of funny? No. The point of me telling him to do that is that he would do it, and that somebody later on would get off the cruise ship, and they would walk up to this bracelet guy, and they would see a bracelet that says 9/11 was kind of funny, and they'd be like, Jesus H. Christ. And that's the point of the joke. The point of the joke is not that 9/11 was funny. The point of the joke is that this guy would do anything with bracelets. And that's all that fucking PewdiePie was trying to say, okay? Far be it for me to stick up for the guy, but someone's got to do it. I got to keep that guy rich. I don't care what it's going to take. I got to keep that guy rich. And this has been Tough Talk. Stick up for PewdiePie's millions. Hey guys, I'm doing a collection plate, okay? You donate to my collection plate and we're gonna get that money to Pewds and we're gonna save his channel, okay guys? He could really need it. He could really use it. This isn't about sticking up for the rich guy. This is about saying the right thing no matter what. Homie, sorry. That's how I see the world, son. Oh, am I sticking up for an offensive anti-Semite person? No, you're so boring. That's not the joke. Listen to what the joke is, please. Can people be accountable for their own words anymore? And by that I mean, can we actually ask them what they meant anymore? Is it just hate at the first thing that they said? And then we already know what you meant, asshole. And so go fuck yourself and go crawl into a hole and die. I already know what you said. Wait, you want to clarify what you said? I heard what you said. You go fuck yourself. Look, I'm sorry if I'm too controversial and I don't think that PewdiePie actually wanted to kill all the Jews, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stick up for jokes, man. Who's gonna stick up for my jokes one day when I make the shitty one, okay? That's all I'm trying to think about. This is about self-preservation, man.